What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting, SRI Performance, and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. See, I switched it up there.
You got me, bro.
What's up? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
And we got our buddy on the line here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
And I'm Richard Kirby.
That's Kirby, Sumter County's finest.
That's right. How about that, man?
One of them.
One of them.
What's been going on with you, Kirby?
Nothing. Just a lot of work, a lot of football, and squeezed in racing every Saturday night. So got to get the racing fix in.
That's got to happen.
It's got to. Sir, when last time you been to her?
It's been a minute. I appreciate y'all picking up my weight there. Thank you.
Oh, good deal. Well, it has been a week of it, and Sterling, how was your past week here?
Wasn't too bad, man. A lot of work going on right now. Kind of like Kirby said, we got, oh my goodness, we got so much work at the shop. So we booked up. We got enough work to last us past Christmas right now. So it's a good problem to have, but just getting it all out is kind of a tough thing. So. But we definitely aren't sweeping the floors and washing machines, that's for sure. But that's definitely good. But yeah, been struggling with that, getting things in and out, and had a good weekend. Enjoyed that. Got to ride a motorcycle a little bit on Saturday. Hung out a little bit and went to church. Church was good as always, and here we are. We're doing it again.
Kirby, how about you, man? How's your? I know you said you've been doing a little bit of stuff, but other than the race stuff, what you been up to just past week?
This week was a good week. Worked a good bit all week, and then Saturday I actually have a little barbecue catering business, so had to plan that just right. They got married about 45 minutes from the racetrack down by the lake, so I cooked all day Saturday. Delivered it, served, and then hammered down back to the racetrack Saturday.
Dang. Well,
so, yeah, I missed the qualifying and all, but I don't live but 3 minutes from the track, so that's nice. I dropped all the stuff off and hotel over there, and I always got my buddy Chip Louder's usually there if I'm not there. So I'm texting him steady. He's texting me where they at in the racing, so I got to see the mains. So I guess that's the important part.
Yeah, that's the good stuff there.
That's right. And a good buddy of mine, we used to work together, and he changed jobs, so we don't spend a lot of time together. And he said, "I'm going fishing Sunday." I said, "Darn, I don't like to go and miss church, but I hadn't been fishing in a while and hadn't spent no time with him, so we went down to Georgetown and mostly caught some sun more than anything else. So, but it was nice and relaxing and good to get away for a little bit. So.
Absolutely. Well, did you catch any stingrays by chance down in Georgetown? Because every time I fish in the mouth sand pit there, we catch stingrays all day long.
Or eel.
Well, and that's what he was saying. He's like, "Man, we're going to catch a couple stingrays." I said, "Okay, I'm good with that." And he taught me some. I've never eaten a stingray. And then he starts telling me, a lot of, you will, and you just don't know it because they put them off as scallops.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I didn't know that. So anyways, so he was telling me how you can fillet it out and cook it, and I'm like, all right, cool. We didn't catch the first one.
Wow.
So, but we did run up on a school of striper, and we caught 50 plus. And he looked at me, he's like, "Man, we didn't video, we didn't pictures, nothing." I'm like, "No, we was having a good time." Right.
And that's the way it always goes, man, because nobody ever believes your fishing stories, but it really happens.
Yeah, I should have mounted the GoPro on it. Yeah. Should have mounted the GoPro or something, just turned it on. But man, it was about 100 casts. We caught 50 to 75 stripers that was about 12 inches long. So
that's a lot of fun, though, for sure.
Yeah, we didn't get eaten on them, but that's fun catching. So
that's right.
That's it. Well, I'm just glad all y'all had so much more fun than I did, because I'm gonna tell y'all what happened with me. Well, work was fine. Work, I've been on the opposite end of what you've been, which is a good thing for us. School buses are running. I ain't got no problems. Everybody's happy. So that's all that's happened there. Saturday, my parents have decided they've been running a campground down at Santee for, I don't know, 3 years now, Sterling?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
3-4 years. Well, they have decided finally to, I guess, kind of retire,
Hang it up.
and so they bought a piece of property and stuff back here in Florence, and they've been remodeling a house over there, and it finally got to the point and that it's time to start moving. So my plan was Saturday to get up early, go down to Santee, load up much as I could, bring it back real fast, unload it if we need to, or unload what we needed to, and then head straight over to Sumter to the race. I am making a race.
A little bit too much stuff.
I
going.
promise you that was my plan. Was that me and Lanny were going to the race. We had all our stuff in the truck, extra clothes and everything, because we knew it was going to get nasty moving. Oh, no, it didn't happen. I think I ended up getting home. I don't know. What time was I texting you there, Kirby? That was about 10:30, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the last text was after 11.
Yeah, I had just got home about the last text there. So,
Yeah.
So it was one of those days. And then turned around Sunday, got up Sunday morning, went to church, left church, went straight to their house, went straight back to Santee and started moving more. And I got home last night at about the same time, a little after 11.
You're a good son.
And the bad thing about it is, all that moving, all he did was move his mama's shoes. That's the whole
thing.
That was it. All that moving, just shoes.
What campground did you say?
Lighthouse Point.
Seriously?
Yep.
How long have they owned it?
They didn't own it. They managed it. They've
managed
been down there for about, I don't know, they've probably been down there 10 years or so, but they started managing it about 3-4 years ago, something like that.
I got you. I had a camper down there, but it's been I got rid of about 14, 15 years ago.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
yeah, so you know where I was at.
Oh yeah.
So that consumed my entire weekend. So, but they are about moved, thank God. We had to move a big old chest freezer and refrigerators, and I was just ready to die today. I was tired.
Yeah.
You can pay people to do that kind of stuff.
This is my exact words yesterday. I told my dad, I said, I don't know what movers charge. By no means. I said, I've never hired one. Don't have a clue what they charge. They could charge $10,000 as far as I know. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. This is horrible.
Them two men in a truck got it figured out.
They've got it figured out. And, I mean, golly, because that, dude, whew, rough.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm sore. My feet hurt. My legs hurt. Everything hurt.
Well, I'm sore with you. We come back across Winyah Bay for North Santee, and it was rough, and we're in a 16-foot aluminum bay boat, and it was
oh yeah.
I'm sore today. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I've seen when y'all get worse in the ocean quick.
Yeah.
So it'll beat you for sure in there.
A friend of mine went out shrimping yesterday right there in Georgetown over there at Winyah and stuff, and so he ain't ought to catch nothing, and it got rough, he said.
Oh really?
Yeah. Jerry did.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, rough. Well, cool, man. Well, you said you were the one of the three of us that made it to a racetrack this past weekend. So they end up having a big show over there at Sumter Speedway. Tell us a little bit about it.
Like I said, I missed qualifying and heats and all, and but I did get there for the mains, and I missed the first 3 laps, which was good, of the Steel Block Bandits. But apparently they had some good action, cars getting into each other on the first 3 laps. But after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. But they just couldn't touch Steve in that T8, man. He was strolling, and it was actually, he said it was his first time at Sumter.
Wow.
But he said he's coming back. He said good money races, he's gonna come back. He likes Sumter. So. Good deal. But finally got to see Willie's car in person. I've seen it, pictures and all, but that's a sexy car. I like that blackout like that.
I think that he had the blackout ski back on it. Okay.
Yeah,
he had
I
a
like that.
throwback to his wife's dad on it for a while there, and I thought he was going back. But yeah, that is a good looking car.
Yeah, it really is.
So, but it was fun. First time I seen the Steel Block Bandits in person. because they was part of this Carolina Sizzler, right? At
That's
Charlotte.
right. Well, yeah, that's right. They it was the Steel Block Bandits and the was it the Topless Outlaws or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of combined.
Them, yeah.
It was a Steel Block Bandits topless, basically, is what it was.
Gotcha.
So they were at the Carolina Sizzler and had a pile of them there.
Well, it was pretty good. He took home a good purse because had a bounty on Banjo. Nobody's been able to get it lately because if he was racing, he was winning. But Banjo actually he sold Brian Ridgway his older car. It's got the 604 in it, and then Brian had been racing it. Well, this week they put a 525 in it, and Banjo drove it for Brian, trying to see how Brian. I don't know if y'all remember Brian Ridgway, but he used to drive a lot of mini stock.
Oh yeah.
And he used to go around. He'd wax your behind in that mini stock. So Brian can drive. He's got to get the car right.
Oh yeah.
He's new back to the late models, so Banjo's consistent, and he knows about the late models and all. So he drove it for Brian last night and had a lot of good feedback and what they needed to do to get the car right. Said the motor was strong, felt good. So unfortunately, he didn't win, but he still come in fourth. New motor, first time, back in that car, so that was pretty good.
Well, I'm gonna throw something out there just a little bit. I can't let out too much 'cause I don't know how much he's let out, but you may know it already, just because you from over there. Banjo probably gonna have some pretty cool news coming out here real soon. I was texting back and forth with him Friday night, I think it was. And
yeah, I wish he'd go and release it because there's a lot of speculation. But
yeah, as always,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be good stuff. So y'all be listening out for Banjo Duke's news whenever they decide to release it. Or Wicked Fabrication. Check them out on I know they got a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, YouTube channel and Facebook. So
yeah, y'all follow them and check them out on there because you got some cool stuff coming out.
But cool things you see at the racetrack is I am not a 4-cylinder fan. Mini stock and Cono 4s, and we got 3 different classes. They're supporting classes, and we have a good many cars in each class. So just not one of my favorite classes. But I think it's the Mod 4. The number 9 was in first and was leading. Well, that joker, something happened. I don't think he blew the motor. The oil line busted loose or something. But it was full of white smoke. When he coming down the front stretch and took the white flag, it started smoking. And he hammered down all the way around that track. Filled the track. You couldn't see from the stands. I was in turn 1. You couldn't see the pits from all the white smoke. And still won the race. So that was pretty cool. So he smoked all his competitors out. I was like, darn, we need to figure out a way to do that with a switch.
Killed 2 birds with one stone. He won and got rid of mosquitoes all at the same time.
That's right. Exactly. So that was pretty good. All of our sports supporting classes out there are usually good racing. So,
was they running the street styles this past week?
Yeah, they run all supporting classes.
Okay,
this week. Yeah.
Well, what our buddy no Blake messed up his car. That's right. And Friday night in practice.
Correct. Yeah, Blake.
Yeah, he something happened with the rear end in it. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because him and his daddy's supposed to race.
Yeah, see,
the other week, Thursday practice got rained out. So they practiced on Friday, but he couldn't go.
Yeah, I was picking with him last week. I told him he must have got scared. He wrote me back. He said, "I ain't scared." He said he was scared to race me. That's why they rained it out. I said, "Oh, okay."
Okay. So,
we like to pick with him.
Yeah, Blake's good to pick on. So,
oh yeah.
Are you? Well, I have to text you. There's a Facebook page you need to follow if you're not already following it, but I'm not gonna say it on the podcast.
All right. All right.
Keep that disclosed.
Disclosed.
Well, I just ain't gonna say it on the podcast. How about that?
There you go. There you go. Oh, cool deal. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad they had a big turnout for that show, paying big money because it was good memorial race while they were putting it on. So that's a good deal.
Billy Cagle was a great man. So racing awards Gonna miss him for sure.
For sure. Did you check out any other racing? I know you all into late models and stuff. Did you check out any other racing over the weekend?
No, not really. Not a
Okay.
whole lot.
Okay.
I mean, I used to be a huge NASCAR, like I said before, but I didn't even watch the video. I'm a big Kevin Harvick fan. I honestly, I've seen something happen, but I have not went back and watched the video and the aftermath and everything that with Kevin and Chase Elliott.
Well,
So,
you might be a Harvick fan, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have to side with Chase on this one.
Chase on this one.
Yeah.
And I'm that way. It don't matter if you're my fan or not. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right, you're right. So,
Well, I don't think either one of them were necessarily right, but
Well, it's racing. I mean, it's whatever.
but it was what the reason I probably side with Chase more, and this is my whole thing, is what happened. Harvick slid up into him, cut a tire, blah blah blah, cut Chase's tire. Chase come back out, kind of doored him a little bit while Harvick was in the lead. Nothing serious, didn't flatten tire, nothing. Chase went on by because he had fresh tires. Well, as the run went on, Chase tires wore out because he was running as hard as he could, trying to get back up there if anything, a yellow come out or anything. So he wore it out. Well, Harvick kind of made his way back to him. Chase didn't ever move out the way. I mean, he never blocked him. He just kept running his line. But personally, I think Larson would have beat him anyway because he was running him down the whole time anyway. So Harvick got all mad
change the
about
outcome.
it. I don't think it did really. Personally, I mean, I guess you could say it might have because I mean, there's no way really telling. But Larson was running them down. I mean, he was so it was one of them deals. But my biggest thing about it, why I probably side with Chase on it, is because when they got out the car, Chase got out, took helmet off, got out there ready to talk. Harvick comes running up there to him, still has his helmet on, would not take it off. They stood there talking for, I don't know.
He's scared he's going to punch him.
Exactly. They stood there
his
talking.
finger all up in the helmet.
Yeah,
boy.
Chase just stuck his finger in the helmet. So I mean, and then they did go. I have some opinions about that later when they went in the pits in the infield and talked some more. Neither one of them had helmets on at this point, finally. But I'll get into that a little later in the show. But it was more of a racing deal than anything, honestly. But Chase just wasn't gonna move over and give him another lap. And after somebody runs over me like he did, I don't think I really blame him.
Yeah. He didn't block him. He just stayed in his line. So
That's
you got to go around me.
That's
I'm right here. I ain't moving. Go around me.
That's it. I can't fault the man on that.
Yeah.
So. Well, anyway, man. Well, what racing action you got coming up next that you gonna have to check out?
We got the Blue Ridge back in Sumter this October the 2nd, and I'm really excited for October the 9th because we got the Carolina Clash will be in Sumter for the Gibbons Memorial Race with 4,000 to win that. So
yeah, you talk about weddings and stuff, and we got weddings coming up. I'm gonna miss all that.
That's funny because my buddy Chip, we was talking, and one of his friends' daughters getting married on the 9th.
Damn.
At like I think 6. So they come to the racetrack. They were sitting behind us Saturday night, and I asked her, "So why are you getting married so late on the race weekend?" And I don't think she ever responded, but she just had the wedding at the racetrack or have it earlier.
There you go.
The groom said he said I'll be there. He said wedding's at 6. I'll be here at 8.
Dang.
I'm like, all right. I said, that's what you do. You start your wedding off like that, and I said, you'll be good to go.
Yeah. Things, we'll put it this way, things will work themselves out. That you will spend plenty of time at the track.
So Chip said he wasn't going to miss the wedding, but dang, he missed the Carolina Clash. But it's funny because last year, heck, I don't even remember what I was doing, but I missed the Carolina Clash race last year. And or was it earlier this year? I'm getting old. I don't remember. Anyways, the last time they were here, I couldn't make it. So I was steady texting Chip, and he was steady sending me videos. So this time I get to make it and he don't. So I need to repay the favor, I reckon.
There you go. You're going to have to send them to us, too, because we'll be sitting at a wedding, too. What's bad is not only do I have a wedding that weekend, then the 16th when the Carolina Clash is over at Lakeview, I got a wedding that weekend, too. So, yeah, wonderful.
Dang, all these people. Hunting season and racing, man. You got the summer weddings. That's when you get married.
No.
That's wedding season.
No, we quit with that, too.
It's too hot,
It's
Bubba.
too hot. It's too hot.
Inside, just
Okay, yeah.
inside
I agree
weddings
with
only.
that.
No, this is why we quit taking any bookings. Actually, we're not gonna do any more weddings. Well, we're gonna do some for some friends and stuff, but we're gonna advertise. We do any weddings. We're gonna venture out to some more stuff at tracks and stuff. While we're doing a podcast, might as well DJ some too.
That's right.
Like,
Nothing wrong with that.
Kind of like we did up at Wings, etc. That was pretty cool up there. Well, cool,
Yeah.
Kirby. Well, what's the big plans for the rest of the week? You got some football going on?
Yeah, my son plays JV for Lawrence Manning, so we got a football game Thursday night at home in the swamp. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully they can turn it around. Hadn't looked horrible, but hadn't looked that great either this year. So pretty much just football and work the rest of the week, unfortunately.
There you go. Well, fun, man. Well, cool. Well, we as always, buddy, we appreciate you hanging out with us and being the eyes in the stands there at the track for us and checking out all the action going on. And hopefully soon we're gonna make it out to track too.
Sounds good. Thank y'all for having me on.
All right, buddy. Anytime, and we'll have you back soon.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. There was our buddy Kirby from over there in Sumter County. He is feet on the ground at Sumter Speedway every week almost.
Yes, sir. Hey, it works good when you live close as he does in
Ain't
racetracks.
That ain't a far one for me. It's just somehow I always have to go around my butt to get back to it. Like I gotta go pick somebody up here or go to here first, then there.
It happens.
It happens. Well, speaking of racetracks, period. You know how you get around them fast?
Well, I know it's got something to do with Mr. Earl Ramey, I believe.
I promise you it's got something to do with Earl Ramey and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Guys, I don't care what kind of motor you in the market for. Don't matter. It don't matter if it's a crate, a steel block bandit type motor, limited late model, I guess you'll call it, whatever they want to call it nowadays. Super late model motor, modified engines. I'm waiting for it. I don't know if he's ever built a sprint car motor. I have to ask him if he's built a sprint motor.
I'm sure he has.
Probably. He's built airplane motors, so so who knows. But anyway, guys, call up Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get anything you need engine-wise for your vehicle, for your race car. And also, he's got his own performance line there, EMFR Performance. So y'all can hit that up some, too. Get some dress that motor out real nice with all the performance parts to go on it. And while you're there, as always, after you get that motor in, get you some time on that chassis dyno. That's where the power's made.
Find all that hidden power.
That's it. Find it. Put on all them EMFR performance parts and see which one makes the most power on your engine, on the dyno.
Yes, sir.
That's it. So y'all go check Earl Ramey Racing Engines out, and while you're there, you might see our next guest here. All right, everybody, on the phone now. Man that has come home with a few extra dollars this year. Well, I don't know if there's any extra dollars, but he got all the dollars from a lot of these races. Our buddy Patrick Lyon, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you coming to hang out with us, buddy. Congratulations on the big win from over there at Carolina Speedway this past weekend.
Thank you, man. That was a nice one, the win at home for the home fans, and like I said, I decided to race it come Monday. So I threw everything at it and got it ready in time, and it went very well, you could say.
Well, I'm just going to ask real quick. I mean, because the races I've seen and I see posts that Earl Raymond makes, and a lot of times you'll be one of the guys in there who's won that week. So, which is an awesome thing. How does a race come up like that and you decide at last minute to run it?
I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy you say that because it's probably happened to me 2 or 3 times this year. I'm like, the car's sitting there. Oh, heck, let's go run it. But this time the car was sitting here and we still had to work on it. But, it seems like the last minute races I went through, they came out pretty good. And to be honest with you, Talladega was one of them as well.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's pretty cool to see somebody from around our parts here going out and bringing home the big money at these big races like that. So congratulations on that. But like we do on here every time we have a new guest, we like to go back and kind of get your history in racing before we get into the nowadays stuff, I guess we'll say. And so let's go back. I want you to just kind of introduce yourself. Tell us where you got started racing at, how old you are, where you live, all that fun stuff. So if you'll just kind of go back and give us the lowdown.
Well, Patrick Lyon, 28 years old, grew up in Gastonia, North Carolina, still live here. Carolina Speedway is directly through the woods, about 2 roads over from my house. So when I was little, I started out racing dirt bikes and that good stuff. And I was really never a sports like baseball or football or anything like that. I was into motors and loud noise. So I remember as I got older, I asked my dad, I said, what's that noise down the road? He said, that's race cars. I said, well, let's go watch. I went for the longest time. I always wore my big white extra large. I mean, I was probably 4'10", 100 pounds at this time. But I always wore a big Mike Duvall white T-shirt, big khaki shorts. Went to go watch for the longest time.
There you go.
My dad went with me again when I was 13, and I looked at him and I said, Dad, I want a car. Probably about 4 months later, we got a car. My dad was working on it and going through. I didn't know nothing. And here it goes. 14 years old, I'm coming into a race car. My dad raced it first. He went out, and very first time he ever drove as well, won his heat race. Can't really remember what happened in the feature, but that's pretty much how I got started. I heard race cars. I went down there. I looked at my dad. I said, I want one. We got one, got it ready. He made sure everything's fine. I jumped in it, started racing from there. Got hooked.
What was your first car?
I think it was a 72 Nova.
Nice.
I want to say 72, but it was orange and 01. I said, I want to be like the Dukes of Hazzard.
There you go. Sweet.
So, and then from there, I moved up to Renegades, same class I was racing in, but I just started driving for a buddy of ours that lives right down the road. And we won 26 races, I believe, in 1 year, 17 or 26. I can't remember. But it was half the season. But then after that, I started driving for Tommy Watson in a street stock, Creek Sportsman, and a Renegade. So 3 cars at one time.
Wow.
Won a bunch in those. And then from there, I went to Howard Colmar racing Oakville Modified. And, Howard took me a lot of places I never dreamed of. I went to Eldora, Tyler County, Fairbury, went all kinds of places, and that was a blast. And that kind of ended there. But every person I drove for, I've had a freaking blast. I'll go back and look at memories in my phones and just think and just realize, very thankful and how much fun it was. Earl Ramey was always around us. We're all a team and doing good stuff. So then, racing kind of went down for me for a little while. Moved to Florida for 2.5 years, working on power lines. My dad called me home to start building some homes. And, hearing these race cars down the road, I'm like, I can't sit here and not have a car. So I was trying to stay out of it, do other things. But so I got me another car. It's a Great Racing USA car, street stock. They're starting to pay some pretty good money races. And that was my goal, to just be prepared every time we go and be 100% and go after the big shows. So that's pretty much how racing started and where it ended. We're having a blast doing it.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome because y'all are y'all seem to be making the best of it. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was out of it for a year, maybe 2 years. Nah, yeah, about a year and a half. I just said, if I'm coming back into it, we're gonna do it right. So
That's
everything's good.
that's awesome, man. Well, tell us about the car you're driving now.
So the car I got now it's a Race Tech chassis by Daryl Beckham, up in Tennessee. He, the Crate Racing USA series. I went to go watch Marty Reed run one time, and I never was a fan to run at home. I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will run at home, but when I ran mods, I was like, man, these other tracks are pretty cool too, and it's just kind of fun just to venture out and go see things while you're at it too. But so now I got a street stock Race Tech by Daryl Beckham. Got my Earl Ramey motor in there, and I watched these cars for the longest time. When I was getting into which car I wanted, and I made a very good decision. And me and Daryl work both. We both work good together, communicate well. Well, not only that too, the teammates, Race Tech guys, we're all pretty close, and we all work together. And I think that's what it takes to, be good and try to relay some messages, what they're feeling, what's going on, to always improve. And so far, so good. And I stay in touch with Earl, and I hit him up, a few weeks ago. I said, Earl, this thing just sounds weird to me. I don't know what I've done or whatever. There wasn't a daggum thing wrong with it. I went up to Earl and put it on the dyno again, and I'm just like, my gosh. He looked at me all weird too. He's like, there's nothing wrong with it. What are you talking about? I said, all right, load it up. We're going racing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know that look you're talking about already.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's cool though. Earl's, he's helped me out for the longest time. It doesn't matter what I have. I can just call him and say, hey man, this thing's spitting or sputtering, or whatever, if we have an issue. And he's helped me out every way possible, on the track and off the track. He's always been good to me. So I appreciate him for everything.
Well, I know one occurrence here this past weekend. We'll go with that before we get into the actual race itself. I give it to Earl. I know he put on Facebook, I think it was 12:30 at night or something like that. He's sitting at the house and got a call that you won, and they were going to tear it down. So off to the track he went.
Yeah. So like I said, we got the car done late, or I worked on it that Monday to get it ready for this race. And I was going there, and I was like, yeah, I expect us to do good, but yeah, we won. But some reason I just wasn't thinking. I was like, damn, the motor's coming out of the car, I guess. So my buddy, I don't know who I said to, one of my buddies, I said, hey, go get the truck and trailer. And I said, somebody call Earl or get my phone and I'll call him. I get my phone. I said, hey, Earl, motor's coming out. What do you want us to do? He said, really? I said, yeah, we just won 10,000. He said, I'm on my way. I said, yes, sir. Come on.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And that's for everybody out there listening, that's the kind of service you get from Earl Ramey. And that's the cool thing about it is it's not only you just go and buy a motor from him. Earl is literally friends with everybody that sells motor, plus way more people, obviously. But everybody that has Earl Ramey Racing Engines or whatever, he takes care of you. That's just what he does.
He does. I will. He really does. It doesn't matter what time of night or day it is. He's going to, if you miss a call, he'll call you right back, or usually he's answering your call right then and there. So
that's it for sure. All right, man.
Awesome.
Well, we like we've been talking about, man. You won the 10,000 this past weekend at the big race there at Carolina Speedway. Tell us about your weekend there.
It was good. Like I said, we went there. Of course, I was wanting to hit practice on Thursday, but we weren't able to. It was my fault. Like I said, didn't have the car ready in time, so we just showed up Friday and I tried a few different things with some shocks and stuff, and just trying to get a little bit more understanding with the car because different dirt when you go up Tennessee and Mississippi way, and then down here, you got your red clay. So, I was just hoping for the best. I do what I always do to it, and went out there, and I said, well, this sucker's not bad. Went to qualify. I think we qualified second. Yeah, I believe second quick. And then that put us on the third heat on pole. And, I couldn't complain about it as soon as we hit the track. It was very good. Everything went very smooth. And then come Saturday, we get back with it, and it was just smooth again. And all we had to do was wish for the best on a field draw. And luckily, we drew a number 2, so that put us on the outside pole. And I just knew that I had to be very aggressive with these built motors. The built motor versus crate motor hasn't really been an issue with me when you go up, like I said, towards Tennessee or Mississippi or wherever, because it's very slick. With these tracks down here, they got some grip, so they can get you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so, the 95 from Georgia, I forget his name, but he was a very cool guy. I talked to him before the race and stuff, but the whole weekend they showed speed. They were killing it, and I just knew I had to beat them on the start. And as my car gets going, it's a lot better in the long run. And he charged the corner very hard, and I knew I had to from the get go. But luckily, I hit the top side. I ran the track so many times, and not saying I'm the best, but it's just like the top's where it's at Carolina Speedway.
Right.
And I had to get my momentum going and take it on from there and hold them off. And like I said, it worked out very well. So, but there's no slack with them guys. Brandon White, Cade Langley, the 95 car, a bunch more. They showed speed. It was racing's definitely changed in the past few years, and like I said, it still wasn't easy, but it was very fun.
That's awesome, man. How many cars showed up to that?
I think when I first got there, I think on Friday, I heard 38. So
Nice.
I don't know if that was the final number or not, but 38 cars.
And I can promise you, when they paying $10,000 to win in that class, that's the 38 best around here
Oh,
or anywhere, honestly. So that's awesome, man. Congratulations again, buddy, because that's sweet.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we hope to do plenty more. Like I said, we got a busy schedule coming up. Gonna go hit some races up in Tennessee and Mississippi, and we'll be in Florida in November. Who knows from there? So we pretty much got a schedule for the next 3 races at least, and we'll go from there. We're gonna hopefully top it off with a good end of the year.
Well, there you go. Well, I should have asked this before, but this year, 2021, ain't it this year? Yeah, 2021. For everybody that don't know, kind of give them a rundown how your year has went up to now going into this race.
It's been pretty good. So, let's see, 2021. I got this car right close to it. So we'll just start at Clay Hill.
There we go.
I first got the car, man. Daryl, he had it looking so good. I was like, God, I don't even want to race this thing. It looks so good. So he talked me into it. Man, come on, you drove all this way. Why don't you just race? I said, dang it. I said, all right. Something gets messed up. We're fixing it before I go home. He said, that's fine. So anyways, we go to Clay Hill. We go out there, and I think I'm like 3rd quick. My first time ever in a car. End up going through the heat race. Finished 2nd in it, fighting for the lead. And then here we go for the main. And I think I was running 3rd. And something happened in that race, and I didn't get to finish. Of course, you're going to have that, working the bugs out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then from there, I went to Charlotte. We finished 2nd. And that was a pretty fun race. I almost had Caleb McGoffin on the last lap, but I went in a little too low, got a shove. From there, I think we went to Volusia Speedway in Florida, Daytona Beach.
Yep.
We won there. And then trying to think. I think after Florida, maybe that's when we went to the Ice Bowl in Talladega. And that's like one of the big races as well in the crate racing.
For sure.
Had some heavy hitters there, and we did good on that. I think we qualified 5th overall, and then we ran our heat race, and that was tough. That was very tough. We won that, and then ended up pulling it off for the main. So that was pretty cool. First time doing this series, and traveling a little bit and hitting some of these big races and doing pretty well. I just blew my own mind, to be honest with you. So I believe, let's see, Talladega, man, we've been to Magnolia. We've had half of that.
Yeah, it was a big deal too.
Yeah, we've had half of that. We got past, I think, 3/4 of the race, finished second. If I can remember my standings, I think I've had nothing but for the longest time I was top 3 for like first 5 races, and then I think I got like 1 DNF, and now I got top 10. I haven't been at a top 10 yet, knocking on wood. Not trying to be cocky, but and we're getting I'm making sure we're on top of our program. My crews, they're hard at it. My whole program, with Earl and Daryl, I'm tied in with them. Keith Cochran with War Shocks, all of them, we're just in very tight. I'm in it to win it. So I make sure, like I said, my crew's taken care of. They bust their tail on and off the racetrack on this thing. And when we go to the racetrack, I'm not scared to say it. I almost don't touch the car because my crew knows their parts and they know what to do. So, and I trust them very well. And, they know we're there for one reason, especially when we travel 5 to 10 hours away, whatever. So,
sure.
I think we're doing very well. Got a bunch of good support behind us. Like I said, the crew, Earl, Daryl, all of them, we got a good program. We're just going to keep digging and see what we can do and always try to improve. That's our goal, and win as much races as we can do.
There you go, man. And you talk about not trying to be cocky, but I'm going to tell you one thing. It ain't cocky to me whenever you can put in the work and back it up. That ain't cockiness. That's just telling the truth.
That's what.
Yeah, but I mean, like I told you from the get-go when I bought this car, I told Daryl too, when I would get something from you, I'm with you 110%. We're doing it. And like I said, we put in the work and just make sure it's right. Well, I mean, like I said, the mod days when I drove for Howard, it just changed everything. Hanging around Davis Chermy and all them good guys and Kevin and, you just name all the mod guys we were with. It just, it was an eye opener as you traveled and seeing what you had to do and how much harder it was and stuff like that. And so that effort that we had to put in the mods is what the effort we're going to put in these cars, and we're going to give it all we have.
There you go. We talk about all you guys and stuff there and everybody on the car. Who all do you want to thank that helps you get to the track, man?
Man, most of all, it's my crew. Sponsors, of course, but my crew, like I said, I probably wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't without them, because they turn wrenches. They know what they're doing. If I'm not able to do something or make it or drive or get us to track or something, or just, if you name it, my crew will take care of. My crew takes care of each other. They'll take care of me. I try to take care of them. That would be Steve, Cam, Adam, Tim, Reed. I'm probably forgetting somebody right now, and that's pretty bad. But it's mainly Cam. He's here at home. He's not able to go with us all the time, but Adam and Steve, they go with us all the time, and Tim. I got some great hard workers, and like I said, I got Wix Filters, Winter Circle Bar and Grill, Franklin Signs and Graphics, FST Technologies down in Florida. Just a bunch of good backing behind me. They've been with me. Each sponsor's probably been with me for 6 years. Actually, Pro Brake Systems, they just come on board this year. So, really good connections with them, relationships, and very good backing and support for over, all the years. So I'm very thankful for them. And, I'm trying to put them in victory lane as much as I can.
There you go. That's the goal.
Try it.
That's it. Well, awesome, man. Well, you said you got a few more races coming up, so I tell you what, man, we wish you the absolute best of luck at it, and don't even need luck when you that prepared. That ain't luck. That's just skill and preparedness there.
Hey, I'm actually here now at the shop. It comes down to the floor being clean. That's how weird I am now. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I'm cleaning up my shop. About to get the car out. The car's got every tool you can name of. I don't care what it is. You name it, it's on the decking of the car. Because we got done with the protest and stuff at 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the morning. I said, the heck with putting all them tools up, leave them there. We're going 2 roads over to the house. We'll do it later.
I don't blame you at all.
I'm getting
get that motor back together yet?
Yeah, well, we're good. Everything's legal. We're winners of the race.
That's it.
I go pick up my head and cam today that they had to take, check out at a machine shop, and then we want to see Mr. Ramey sometime this week.
There you go. That is one thing I will say. Is with his stuff, you ain't ever got to worry about going through tech. That's just when it's fun.
No, heck no. I always, for some reason, it does. I mean, you can ask Girl too. Everywhere I've been, I'll call him. I'll call him for the heck of it. I'll call him during the week. What you doing, old man? Nothing, just sitting here. What are you doing? I'm like, so we'll just get sitting there talking, and like I said, he's very good to me. And heck, he even told us, he said, get that motor up here. We got to put it together. You got to go race. Yes, sir. I agree.
I did that same thing to him today. I just texted him. I said, what are you doing? He said,
oh, yeah.
He said, living a nightmare. I said, well, I guess that's a form of a dream.
Oh, he's funny, man. I mean, from all the trips to Eldora, I mean, even like, when his son Derek raced and we went traveling and stuff, there's just so many great memories. There's probably some I ain't going to even talk about on here. But
nah.
We've been there for a few of those nights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, but he's good. He's always been good to me. And, I'll be with him for as long as I'm in racing, for sure. Of course, he told me, a long time ago, I was like, Earl, I said, man, I want a big boat, go fishing and stuff. And I said, the only way I'll be able to do it maybe is if I sell the cars and stuff. He said, what? He said, you ain't selling no race car. I said, all right, Dad, I ain't selling nothing.
Well, I tell you what, we can work something out. Just you come on down here, and you ain't got to sell the car. You can come out fishing.
Yeah, we'll go fishing.
Well, I go see like I said, I used to live in Florida, so every once in a while I'll go see my buddies, and we'll go fishing and stuff, and I'm just like, my God, this is nice. But then again, when I get back home, the heck with that boat, I'm going racing.
There you go. And normally the thing about fishing is, unless you're going to fish one of the big stupid tournaments, you don't come home with $10,000 after it.
Well, that's true. You know what I mean? And every time we do good, it just pushes me to be better. That's like, even today, like I said, I was on the phone with Earl and Daryl. And, we just always staying in touch. We're going to make our program the best it can be at all times. So.
Oh, awesome, man. That's cool. Well, good deal, man. Well, we're going to have to, you ain't too far from us, so whenever you get to racing around these parts, we're going to have to come hang out with you sometime and have some fun ourselves.
Oh, heck yeah. I might be down that way 1st October, maybe.
Sweet.
Go help a buddy at Lakeview, maybe, and we'll see how it goes.
There you go. That's how we might be seeing you then.
That sounds good.
All right, man. Well, this has been awesome, and congratulations again on not just this past weekend, but all the success this year. And we wish you the best throughout the rest of it and next.
Thank you guys for having me so much. It was good talking to y'all.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
All right. I want to congratulate Patrick Lyon again on his big $10,000 win at Carolina Speedway this past weekend. That's pretty good money for a crate racing USA street stock.
Yes, sir. It sure is. Good money for any class.
Oh
really.
yeah, for sure.
But definitely for them guys, and glad to see them get some money, man. That down in the not say lower tiers, but just,
The different tiers now.
Yeah,
That's
just-
my thing is, he talked about his chassis and stuff like that, and those races now, unless you're running a factory stock, something like that, everything's pretty much a purpose-built race car now.
Oh, it is, and in order to compete in that class, that street stock, that's an expensive car nowadays.
Oh yes.
I mean, that ain't no throw together $5,000 car. I mean,
Nah.
you got to spend a lot of money and have everything right, and like he talked about his team and his crew and all. They sounds like they definitely got a good thing going for them. So hats off to them guys. I hope they can continue the luck and keep the wins coming.
Yeah, they have definitely had the success this year, and it's been awesome to watch, awesome to see. So y'all check him out wherever coming next, and check it out on Facebook. You'll see where he's going. But speaking of success, you know what helps you with success, Sterling? SRI Performance.
Always.
There's winners shop there.
Everybody does.
Well, everybody does, but
That
winners
wins.
do. Winners.
Everybody that wins shops there.
Okay. I shopped there once.
I stopped in there a couple times.
Uh,
They got everything in the world you can think of there, man. I tell you what, it's just ridiculous. It's anybody, period, that needs anything for your race car, go check them out.
Faux show, because they are your one-stop shop for all things racing, from lug nuts to carburetors and everything in between that. Steering wheels, you just got to get a good steering wheel holder. That's all you need.
Well, sometimes that's harder than
That's the hardest part normally.
that's the hardest part. You can't buy that at SRI,
No,
but
you can't buy that. But you can get parts that help them make them look better.
yeah, they can look real good doing it.
Oh, for sure. And guys, as we say every week, be sure when you go online, placing your order at sriperformance.com. When you build up your cart, get all your goodies in it. At time of checkout, be sure in the promo code area to put in promo code CBONE10. That is C as in
Chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. Also, head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Get all the materials you're gonna need.
Anything and everything you could imagine, go get it. Sheet metal for your car. It don't even make no difference, bro.
Some pro moly tubing.
It don't matter. You want to build a chassis? Go buy it. Aluminum, bronze, you name it, they got it. Go check them out. Go get it. They'll help you out, and they might even deliver to you. You never know.
Also, if you are in the Mooresville area, or any Charlotte, Mooresville, any of that area, welding supplies now.
Yeah.
So
They got all your
deliver your gases and
all your gases, all your welding gases, acetylene, oxygen, you name it, for your torches or whatever. They got it. So yeah, definitely give them a shout, and they'll hook you up.
Post show. So y'all go check them out from anything from obviously your building materials to your brakes to stop it, because all you gotta do is call up Randy Keene over there, and with a SRI Performance, he'll shoot you in the right way for especially your brakes, anything really, but especially your brakes. He knows his.
Oh yeah, he knows his stuff for sure, and he'll hook you up with the right stuff, and you never know, he may come hook it up for you, put it on your race car, and get it dialed in right for you.
You might can talk him into it. But anyway, guys, go check out SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel. SRI Performance is your one-stop shop for all things racing.
Yes, sir.
I want to bring up something real quick about SRI Performance before we move on, because we hadn't really talked about our. We've been busy on here so far, so we hadn't talked about the Chicken Bone Alley Summer Shootout yet. Week 7 went by. We were at Daytona in the Truck Series.
Daytona. Yeah.
It's only. But speaking of SRI, old Beef Tips.
Took home the win, man. We finally got a different winner this year.
Our third winner in 7 races.
That's pretty good. Appreciate it. Beef Tips.
Make it look competitive there. Make it look like John Rosario and Aaron Smith ain't running away with it too much. But
They are, but
they are.
you know.
But hey, congratulations to them because they put it into practice. But congratulations to SRI Performances on Beef Tips, Greg Moloney, on his win in the Truck Series there at Daytona.
Yes, sir.
And we're coming up on the finale,
Last
week 8 of the
Yes,
Chickamauga
sir.
Alley.
Super late models at Eldora, man.
How do we get that? I don't know if y'all saw it. You can go back on our Facebook Live. We drew Eldora for the super late models.
The world or the dream or
The
whatever you want to call it. Hopefully it's going to be 100 laps.
I'm hoping. I got to check it out and make sure we can run 100.
Can you open up the thing to where I can run a pro late model and not a super by chance?
I think you want super.
I don't think I do. I'd rather just run slow and be consistent. That's what I'd rather do.
Run slow and not wreck.
Because I look like I'm probably going to be pulling in. If I'm racing, I'm probably going to be pulling in because I'm going to be getting out of their way because them boys are ridiculous.
Oh, well. At least at Eldora, we got room to get out of the way. We can move high, low, wherever we need to go.
Hey, man, I don't know if you watched me run at Eldora or not, but I need all them lanes to get around there. All of them.
Well, I know I haven't been on it yet. I need to get on it and look and run it. I know iRacing fixed some stuff where the tracks would get like bumpy and it'd be the same bumps in the same place every time. They fixed that supposedly.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because
so
sometimes the whoopie-doos down the front straightaway
especially at Lernerville.
at Lernerville is absolutely horrible because that bump goes straight in the corner and it'll shoot you off the racetrack.
I've literally went into turn 1 at Lernerville before. Somehow already had my car turn sideways in the air before it come out.
Yeah, I think that was a dirt bike move, Bill.
That's exactly what it was.
You did good. That was cool. That's the knick-knack or a hacky sack or something. I don't know what you call it.
Something like that. So going in our last race, but we want to thank for putting up some big money this year, helping us out with being our presenting sponsors. EMFR Performance, our buddy Earl Ramey, as y'all have heard about it on the show a couple times a day. Thank him a whole lot, and Carl Wilford over at Grease Monkey, Mooresville. Thank them guys so much for helping us out. Talked to both of them today. They were super excited about this series, and they loved it. And so that's great. I'm glad they did because we tried to put on a good show for everybody, and really appreciate them for helping us present this summer shootout series. Also, all our associate sponsors there, Powell Machine and Fabrication. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Northeast Auto Imports, our buddy Derek Griffith up there helping us out some. Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. If y'all like this one, go check out Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. Y'all like it also. You run out of drink there, Sterling.
Yeah.
I hear ice.
It's time for us to end the show now.
That's how we do it. But if you like our show, then you'll like Blood Eagle Racing Podcast. Gail and Tyler over there talk about their week of racing every week and whatever's going on in their areas. So y'all go check them out. Also, BS Racing, our buddies up on the quad up there, Matt and William up in Ohio area, running in the GNCC series, and them dudes crazy. They go everywhere. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it really is.
I really want to get to one of the races.
Yeah, well, if anybody hadn't, check them out, man, because they put on a huge show. I mean, there's thousands. It's insane. The turnout they have at the different shows. So definitely go check them out, and it's a lot of fun to go see for sure.
Yeah, and go check out while you at one of them. Go check out Matt and Smitty. I mean, William and Smitty over there. They cool guys, really cool. You'll see Chicken Bone Alley logo on their quad there, and Also, as always, SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Thank them for everything this year and this season. We'll have a lot more to talk about next week because we probably gonna have to dedicate a show kind of to iRacing next week.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
So, which is cool because it's finally a year. Well, last season we put up a little bit of money and scrounged up a little bit of money, and was really cool to be able to pay out guys. This season we've come up with some pretty big money. Be watching. We'll put out the full rundown on payouts. But we do know winner of this series Tuesday night on Soak Tires Broadcasting will be taking home $1,000. Do know that for sure.
Sweet.
So
that's big money, man.
Yeah, that could go a long way.
Yeah.
I know also there's going to be some contingency prizes of SRI is going to have some gift certificates we're going to give out, and so be listening for that. And also, I think this thing probably going to pay all the way back through, I don't know, probably around 5th, 6th place. So
I don't think I'm in the money.
I don't think I am either.
I mean, I've run 2 races, so I'm pretty sure I'm not in the money.
It's been a strange season for you.
Yeah. Season. Yeah, you're right.
Season.
That's it.
We'll go with that. But anyway, so y'all guys check it out Tuesday night. Soak Tires Broadcasting will be on Facebook and on YouTube.
Check them out, man.
We'll post up links on our account, so y'all check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun running the finale with those guys, seeing who's gonna come out on top of this battle between John and Aaron up at the top.
I have a pick, and I don't know if I should, but I have a pick.
Well, I mean, we can go. We're analysts. We're analyzing what has gone on the rest of the season, going into this race.
I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm literally not in the race. The last race I was in, I spun out the dog leg Wallace Glen, and I took out Ron Rosario Jr.
John
Rosario Jr. Sorry.
So you apologizing to him? Is that what you're doing?
I'm apologizing now. So that's why I'm really scared to run Eldora, because that's my pick to win the whole thing. He's gonna win the race tomorrow. He's gonna win the points.
He might just do that. He's been really strong.
John is insane on dirt, and he's insane on asphalt.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. But he's been running a close second or third, typically on asphalt. He didn't this past week. He got spun out last lap.
Yeah. Well, I will
Daytona.
say, I if we'd have had a all asphalt series, I think Aaron would have took it with no problem. Nothing against John.
No. But
all.
Aaron has been impressive, and the way, because he started off the season.
He stepped up big time in dirt.
Exactly. That's what I was fixing to get at. Is Aaron kind of, the first race we run on dirt, he was so. I mean, he wasn't up there, but you could tell he really put in his practice. And our last dirt race at Knoxville in the sprint cars, second place.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, man.
So
I hope Trent comes back, man. We gotta get Trent to come back and run this race.
I need to text him. I need to text him. I need to text Chris Ferguson.
That would be really cool to see them run Eldora 100 laps in the supers. That would really be cool.
Oh yeah, it would.
I mean, give John a little competition. I mean, you know. I'm just saying. I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm just there for the fun of it.
I don't even know if my computer's gonna be updated by then, but you never know. But hey,
I bought a new one, so maybe it'll be updated.
You ought to be good. But
yours ain't very old either, so
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know, man. I'd like to see that. Trent's really good.
Oh yes,
on iRacing, and we watched him on the World of Outlaw deal that they had on TV during the COVID stuff, and he was real good then, and he was real good in Knoxville. And like you say, whatever happened, I don't know. My opinion, he pulled in just to let the regular season guys fight it out. But who knows? But anyway, he's pretty good on there, so it'd be pretty cool to see a good show.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's going to make for a good show regardless. At Eldora, because that's always especially if you run a long race there. If you start out, track kind of fresh, run a long race, then it tends, the lane moves a lot, and sometimes it gets so far out on the wall, all of a sudden you'll see a guy go back to the bottom and make speed at the bottom again. So
yeah, if you know how to throttle control on there, you got it. But
and know when to do it.
I do not know how to do that. I have no idea how to do that, like none. So that's why I figured an underpowered car would be better. So put me a Pro Late model in there and let me go run.
Now the first 20 laps or first 40 laps,
probably go a couple laps down, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be there.
There you go. The least amount of tire spin.
Exactly.
Put you a 525 crate in that thing.
That's what I say. I'm gonna call Earl up.
There you go. We'll give you a horsepower penalty.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And a weight penalty.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I'm already giving myself one.
I'm already like the seat, so I'm good. But just give me a little extra. Just give me some. give me some. Give me some more left side weight, bro. Come on now.
Oh, there you go. Well, cool. So y'all check it out. Soak Tires Broadcasting, 8:00, and that's Eastern time for everybody. U.S. Eastern time for all our brothers out there watching from another country.
Yeah, and we got a bunch of them there all over the place.
Oh, I mean, I'm not tooting the horn at all. I'm not. I'm just letting y'all know. I don't know if
I wish I knew which button was the horn because I'd toot it.
I don't think we have a horn.
I don't want to say that. I would push the button. I'm not going to say that word again. That didn't sound right.
Don't go around tooting stuff. Don't need tooting. All right.
don't ever say that.
But we do. We have. I don't know if they're fans. I don't know if they're fans. We have listeners. That's what I'm gonna say. We have listeners. Yeah. We have steady listeners in Australia and New Zealand and Russia, and
they must be really bored over there. I don't know what they're doing.
Racing.
We appreciate it, you guys.
Not if you are listening in a country that is not the United States, please send us a message.
If you're listening in the country that is the United States, send us a message.
That too.
I mean, we don't care.
And go on Apple and leave us a review, preferably a 5-star rating also.
That'd be good. Or 6 if you can do that. I don't know if you can do it.
Give us an extra one.
Give us an extra star. We like stars.
We would really appreciate that.
Yeah. We don't know how to check it, but
I do know how to check it.
Oh, you do?
I figured it out finally.
Oh, okay. Well, we appreciate y'all for listening, by the way.
Yeah.
The show's not over, but we appreciate
it. It's not over. It's not over. We still got a few things to talk about.
I got home at yeah, the show's over. We're done.
My bottle didn't have any ice. Hold on.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, a couple more cool dirt races were going on this past weekend. The follow-up to Bristol, a little bit smaller show. Obviously, it wouldn't be like a 3-day show, I think it was.
Yeah.
At Texas, the dirt track at Texas.
A lot better track.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Dust-wise, 100%. Yeah. But I will say Bristol, for that deal at Bristol, they kept track work really good, and it didn't get that dusty. Now, for the Cup stuff, it got ridiculous. That was truck and Cup. That got ridiculous. Now, in saying that, the dirt they had on Texas was very similar looking dirt to like Knoxville, like real brown dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see dust one, but they said it got hard as a brick and was eating up some tires.
Yeah, well, they were limited on tires, so
yeah,
the tire compound.
There's a whole ordeal about that.
Yeah, if they do it again, I think I'll take a different compound back. So,
well, tires are an issue right now, regardless.
Right.
I mean, that's just a
a
sucky deal right now. Is who can get tires. We've had races canceled because I didn't understand it. We had a World Outlaw race canceled the other day because of tires.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of that, but we're gonna run one down at another track. Yeah. We're adding a race, but we're losing a race. What difference did that make?
Didn't make much sense to me either. But
I mean, I'm glad they added a race somewhere, but I just didn't see what difference it made.
No,
because I will say the super late model guys that are going with the World Outlaws, they're not buying their tires at the track typically. They may, if they're in a pinch, but most time those guys have got their tires before they leave the shop.
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but anyway, I don't know. What's your thoughts on the track? You said it was better.
Well, I don't know, man. It's like you said. I mean, I think the type of dirt that's on that racetrack is a lot better.
It's way better than Charlotte. I'll give them that. Being that they're sister tracks.
Anything is way better than Charlotte, in my opinion. But they're working on that.
They're steadily they bring in different dirt every time they race there.
I mean, they're trying. I guess I give them that. But I don't know, man. To me, it just put on a better show than Bristol. But
Bristol was tough to pass. I will say that.
Yeah,
Bristol was very tough to pass.
Right.
They carried so much speed.
Exactly. That's what I'd say. It's just too fast. I think. I like shorter, slower, more on the brake racetracks. It puts on a lot better show, and Texas kind of did that. What I saw, but
oh yeah, it did.
I think that's my whole thing about it. It's just just smaller tracks puts on better shows.
It does.
Like here close to us, Dublin used to be open.
Well, it's still a half-mile track up there. That's still a half-mile track.
Well, I know, but it's just tighter.
But it's just tighter. Don't have the banking
and all that. But just
slower track. I ain't gonna say small. I'm gonna say slower tracks put on better shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't think it really matters where Brandon Overton goes.
It don't matter what kind of track.
If you throw some money up there, he gonna be there, and he gonna pretty much win it.
Yep, he done walked off with another $50,000.
Man, I tell you what, he's racked up some money this year, bro.
Dude, ever since first of summer, especially, that boy has come on like Donkey Kong, as they'll say. I guess.
Yeah, he's won some jack for sure. They got their stuff together right now, and it's working for them. And when you're on, and take advantage of that and roll with it. Next year, he may be a 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th place car. I mean, you don't know. I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. Kind of what Scott talked about with you, up there at Wings Etc. I mean, when you're on, you're on. You got to take advantage of it and make the best of it. And they are right now. But I think the Longhorns. We keep saying that, but I think the Longhorns got a big advantage right now, for whatever reason. But they have definitely got their Longhorn figured out, and doing good things.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. That boy, you can't stop him right now. You can't stop him at all.
No, you can't. No, you sure can't. Well, what's your thoughts on Chris Madden sliding up in front of Brandon Overton on the front straightaway and Brandon not giving him any room?
I like both of them. Don't get me wrong. I like both of them. Talked with Chris at Wings, etc. I've talked with Brandon a couple times. Talked with him at Bristol even when we was up there, and I like both those guys. Good guys. Chris seemed a little. He ain't come out and really say anything about it. Chris had a rough past couple months, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's been fast, but something always happens. I'm gonna say more than anything, it was a racing deal, honestly. But I think Chris probably knew he was up there and probably expected Brandon to give him a couple more inches.
Well, we've seen that time and time again.
Oh yeah,
man. And I mean, there's no spotter.
No. I mean, that's...
Did Chris know he was up there? I know he knew he was up there coming out of the corner, of course.
Right.
I guess maybe he felt like he would give him a little bit.
Or he might have felt like he had it completely.
He may have, but and we've seen that before. We the car in Brandon himself. If I were him, would I have give him room to clear me? I don't know, but I mean that was totally Brandon's call to give him room or not.
I will say it looked like it happened really fast.
Well, it did for sure. But Brandon could have gave him room to clear him,
and probably still cross back.
Would he have exactly? I think he'd have still crossed him, and I think he'd have still got right around him. But that was his call not to do it, and he didn't. But did Chris know he was there? Did he know he was clear? Did he? I don't know. He took that chance and it didn't work out for him. But
Nah, he
he
tore
was
up some cars.
a lot of cars for sure there. But yeah, that's one of them. That's like you said, it's a racing thing. It is what it is. That's kind of I like it, but that's what you get with no spotter. That's a racing thing. It happens. I mean, Brandon could have gave him room.
I've seen him have spotters and still do it.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, if Chris had a spotter in his ear saying
Still there,
would he have won it up? No, I don't think he would have done it. I know he was trying to get the right entry to enter the next corner, of course. But that's just one of them things. But regardless, if he'd have cleared him or not, I don't think he'd.
Nah, I think Brandon still would have had him. Personally, yeah, I think he'd have had him. But anyway, regardless, Brandon Overton walks off with another $50,000 to tack on to his season. So that's been a season for him, dude. And I wonder. I'm sitting here. I sit here and look at it and think, Brandon's not. They never committed to any series. They have committed to Lucas in the past, but they decided not to really commit to anything this year, and just really hit money races, and it has really worked out for him. I mean, obviously. But I sit here and look at it, and if he was running, say, World Outlaws, would he be giving Brandon Shepherd a run for his money?
Yeah,
I think he would.
I mean, there's no doubt.
I think he'd be in the talk every week.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because, in all honesty, Shepherd has not been near as dominant as he has been in the past this year. He's in the point lead. He's consistent. Overton is also consistent. When he doesn't win, he's still top 5.
Yeah, and no shade to the World Outlaws at all. But,
no.
But, the competition that Overton's winning against is the best of Lucas, the best of World of Outlaws.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's just there. So, given that regular World of Outlaws schedule, I don't see where I think he'd run away with it, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah.
But it's just a time of year. It's just how it is. Like last year, Brandon Shepherd was ridiculous.
Yep.
And it's just how it falls. I mean, Longhorn's working great this year. Rocket's working great last year. It's just, I guess it's.
Well, speaking of Longhorn, we got a old member of the Longhorn crew, I guess, decided to come back this past week. Earl Pearson Jr. coming back to a Longhorn with another team. I don't know. It's Lucas still a big sponsor of his. Got some more sponsors on the car. I don't know. It's kind of odd timing to me.
It is. I don't know really what's going on there.
The guys, the Stuckey guys, they were, very grateful to Earl Pearson Jr. I mean, they didn't say nothing bad about it. It's just odd timing to me. I would really figure they'd wait till the end of the season.
Right.
But who knows? Who knows? I will personally be glad to see Earl Pearson Jr. kind of back in the hunt for stuff. I hope he gets that way with this new team. He's always a good guy. So, we went to, last time I saw him win, we were there at the Dirt Million first year, and he won. And so I like seeing him get back in victory lane personally.
Yeah, for sure. I like him a lot. He's a pretty cool guy, down to earth dude. So
yeah,
just a tough game right now, man. The
tough.
Dirt late model world is a tough game, and you got to be on top of it. It's hard to stay on top of that for sure. So
yeah, but there was another big race. The Lucas Oil Knoxville, was it Nationals? Knoxville Nationals? Is that not
something like that.
Yeah. Larson went and ran Thursday night. Yeah, he ran Thursday night. he was running good, and then had a tire go down and went to the back and still come back. I think 6th.
He was rolling.
That's pretty strong. But anyway, come Saturday night, Mike Marlar and Tim McCready kind of duked it out there for a little while, but Mike Marlar pretty much had the upper hand all but I think 1 lap. So I like Mike, and he's another guy. He's not just hitting money race; he's just hitting some races here and there. And new paint scheme and all that blue car he's got now, and so McCready passed him 1 lap, and he turned around and passed him back and took off from there.
He gone.
He made it. That's his. He's all-time late model winner there. Most wins now. I think 3 Knoxville Nationals. So good to see that. So I think that's about all our dirt stuff. So we're out of dirt to talk about.
Well,
but there was this other race that was pretty. Well, there was a weekend of exciting races. I will say. Bristol night races, trucks, Xfinity, Cup, even ARCA. ARCA was kind of exciting too. I watched it too. The truck race, Chandler Smith ended up winning, passed his teammate John Hunter Nemechek. Kind of used a bumper on him.
Hey, it's Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol. It was a good, exciting race. Xfinity was probably there was fireworks happening after the Cup race, but Xfinity ending anyway. It was an exciting race, but the green-white checker that they had was probably one of the most exciting green-white checkers I have ever seen in racing in my life.
Yeah, it was a very good race. It was.
Dude. Between Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, and Justin Allgaier. Austin Cindric seemed to be kind of upset with AJ, but I watched the replay up many times. And I think Justin actually got in his door more than AJ did, and so I think that he thought that Allmendinger was the one who put him up track, but he really wouldn't. He got into him one time coming out the corner, but hurt himself more than he hurt Austin Cindric. And then he was able to make that pass on the bottom, but Austin Cindric gave it everything he had.
Oh, yeah.
And they all went wrecking down the front straightaway. Tore a bunch of cars after the checker flag.
Yes. But it was definitely a good finish. And, AJ, man, he gave it a fight. But he did. I like his ability. I like his effort. I always have, really. I mean, even when he was back in the day when he was in Cup stuff, but he's in good quality equipment right now. So it's gonna be exciting to see once this playoff starts for them.
Yeah, that colleague bunch is they've got on top of their game, and AJ was able to go win the Xfinity regular season championship with that win, because it came down to, in them last few laps, basically who won.
Right.
Basically the stage points pretty much come out to whoever won was going, or whoever finished best was going to win the regular season championship. Out of all the races all year long, the regular season championship came down to the last lap drivers finishing 1-2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's crazy how that happens, though.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, all the points is given out through just race points and then stage points and all that stuff, and yet it still comes down to you got to beat this guy to win it. I mean,
that's crazy. I'm glad it works out that way, though.
I am too.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was definitely a good race. And I think it's going to come down between them two guys. I really do.
Yeah, unless something drastically changes, dramatically, as you like to say.
Dramatically, that's definitely a word.
Drastically,
it is a word.
Unless something drastically changes, I think them two are going to be the ones in the hunt. But in saying that, our buddy Tyler Mon with his Xfinity driver, little Noah Gregson.
Yeah, Noah's coming on at the right time.
Coming on too.
Yep, He
So
sure is.
he pull in a few more weeks like he's had the past few weeks. I think he could shake that twosome up at the front.
Yeah, for sure. I think he will too. So it's going to be exciting to see. And if I had my pick right now, I think I'd say honestly I would go with AJ right now just because of the momentum they have right now, and they've been strong the past couple months.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
In all honesty, yeah, Austin had a fast car this at Bristol. But for the most part, he's kind of been off a little bit. Now, he's gotten caught up in some accidents, stuff like that. But he's been off a little bit these past couple races. So I'm kind of with you. The momentum is either in Allmendinger's hands there, or I'm gonna tell you, like I was just saying about it. I think Noah's gonna be a factor also.
Yeah, you're right.
Then we had the Cup race. Whew.
Well, we can fast forward about 450 laps.
Yeah. It wasn't a bad race all night though. I mean, there was
it was.
There was a lot of it was kind of old Bristol to some extent. A lot of bump and run. Well, it wasn't necessarily bump and run. There was some bump and run. There was a lot of door and run.
A lot of slide jobs.
Slide jobs too.
I like that new line that they're running now. Like you say, I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about it earlier. Is, you enter low and you drift out to the wall, and
or either you can do like Larson did the last handful of laps.
Enter high and
he
come
entered
out
high
low.
and all of a sudden just turn it straight to the bottom and was flying up off the corners.
Yeah, he sure was.
That's what I liked about it though, is there were so many different options and you could see it. It wasn't I moved up, a quarter car width. No. It was drastic differences in where they ran.
For sure. But the thing that everybody's been seeing and talking about and whatever, I guess we'll give our opinion on it. But Kevin caught Chase Elliott.
He did.
And he did kind of the slide job right into this door.
The door and run, as I call it.
Yeah. Cut his right front tire down and
left front.
And that, I mean, I agree that was a racing thing. That part of it was for sure, no doubt about it. And Chase went in. He took 4 tires, I believe.
My tires.
Yeah, he's I'm probably not too happy, but changed his tires, and just so happened he came out right there with Kevin Harvick.
Yeah. Crazy how that happens.
But in my opinion, Chase didn't do anything wrong. I mean, he ran his line. I mean, it was Kevin's line, whatever. But
Pass me.
Right. Chase passed him, got his lap back. One of them. And he ran his line. I really believe in the last 10 to 15 laps, I think Kyle Larson was faster than Kevin regardless.
I do too.
Would he have caught him if Chase wasn't in front of him? I don't know. Nobody knows that. But I don't see where if Chase would have done to Kevin what Kevin did to Chase, I think that the retaliation would have been way worse if it were Kevin than Chase, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him go in there and run some guys real up the track, spin them out. Well, yeah.
I mean, Chase didn't door him as hard, and he could have doored him hard as he wanted to, cut his tire.
Oh yeah, he kind of went down straight away, rubbed him, kept on going.
Kept on going. I mean, I don't see where that was a major issue. When Kyle got to Kevin, Chase pulled out of the way. I mean, okay. Whatever. That's his teammate. He's doing whatever. I don't see where anything really was wrong there, in my opinion.
Well, this is my thing. This is the way I see it. The way Kevin drove in there to pass Chase, and Sterling knows this. I've actually been a Kevin Harvick fan for quite a while. I liked him, and I still do. I still think he's a good driver. But I'm gonna call a spade a spade. When Kevin drove down there to pass Chase, two things I think happened at that moment. They passed a lap car. I think Kevin expected Chase to slide all the way to the wall. Chase kind of went in there, slid only about halfway up the track, and then kind of hit the gas, took off from mid-track. It was probably going to be to try to pin Kevin down a little bit to keep his run off track, which is offensive or defensive, whichever way you want to say it, driving on Chase's part. Can't blame him. That's what he needed to do at the time. That was a smart thing to do at the time. Kevin went in there, though, like I said, either he thought he was sliding all the way to the wall and was going to slide up right beside him, or he was just planning on just going in there and, hey, move. I'm coming by.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the two happened.
I think he just drove it in too hard and didn't realize
I think he did, too.
Chase was going to be there.
Yeah. And when he drove it into the door, I mean, it is what it is. It's hard racing, in my opinion. But
I don't see nothing wrong with
I don't
Kevin
see. I don't see nothing wrong with what he did. I don't see nothing wrong with what he did. But I also don't see nothing wrong with what Chase did.
Exactly.
Myself, because my thing is, if you're gonna race somebody hard, you best be okay to be raced hard back, regardless if it's for position. No, I think that's Kevin's whole thing. Is you weren't racing for position at the time. Okay. He was, and he got taken out of that, exactly. So expect him to be mad. But also, say, because there were still 20 laps ago ish, I'd say. Them laps click off so fast there. I think it was around 15, 20. If he'd have got, I think at that point when he got back, he was only 2 laps down. If he'd have got in front of Kevin, got a caution, got up in front of whoever else, been able to get the lucky dog, and got another caution, that'll put Chase back on the lead lap. So, in my opinion, he needs to drive hard there and stay in front of him. So, but he didn't do anything extra. He just drove his line.
Yeah, I mean,
So, Kevin was mad about it. He didn't get out of the way because he was leading, blah, blah, I think. I mean, there was more to it than that. So, everybody saw all the crap on pit road. Now, I will say, and I've seen this so many times in NASCAR, especially. It's been more here in the past couple years than it has been any other time. The older drivers, they took care of themselves most of the time. Chase, I give it to Chase. He got out the car. He had already had his helmet off. Everything, got out the car. He was going to talk to Kevin. I don't think Chase went to fight. He had his finger pointing. He was ready if something was going to happen. But Kevin gets out there, got his helmet on.
Yeah.
They're talking the whole time. Never tries to take his helmet off. You know, he could have been in the middle of taking it off while they're talking. No, he never tries to take it off. Guys get in between them. They're still kind of jawing back and forth, but they wait. Or Kevin more or less waited because Chase still just kind of standing there. Kevin more or less waited for people to get in between him, hold him back. And all of a sudden, he's like trying to jump at Chase and stuff. And I'm like, really? If you were going to do that, why didn't you do it when you were in his face?
Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of it so now, but I blame a lot of it on media too.
Oh yeah.
But that part I don't agree with. I wish he'd have took his helmet off, been a man, and just talked to him or fought him or
whatever you're gonna do,
whatever the case may have been. But in the heat of the moment, getting interviewed like that, I know it's not the right time to be interviewed. And I know that the media wants that interview really bad.
And a lot of people look real bad at his interview.
But for what Kevin said, I lost a lot of respect to Kevin.
Yeah. Of
what he said on pit road. Regardless of the heat of the moment or not, I don't think I just don't believe you say that. That's pretty disrespectful, and I think he's gonna lose. I think In my opinion, he's going to lose a lot from that.
Yeah.
So could he have done that different? Yes. Could the media stayed out of his face a little bit longer and let him cool off a little bit and then interviewed him? Yeah, I'd say so. But the same hand, they interviewed Chase directly after that, and Chase was a whole lot more level-headed, and he was fine about it. You know, I guess that's just how you carry yourself, I reckon. But I never really saw that out of Kevin, in my opinion.
Well, I think Kevin's frustrated right now. I don't want to get into a little bit more of what went on between them two real quick, but I do want to say this for that. I think Kevin's really frustrated right now. He's never gone this long without winning.
Right.
And this was pretty much the only chance he's had at it this year.
Yeah.
And I think he's frustrated with, one, how they're running. Two, he's not the dominant guy anymore. Last year, you see what he did. I mean, he was the man, should have won the championship, but they just completely did not execute in playoffs at all, and they took themselves out of it. And he has not been able to win since. And I think it was more than just. I mean, yeah, that's what made him mad at that time was Chase, but he is so frustrated about how their season's running. But no, you can't. I get it. That I think Kyle Busch opened up a can of worms last week or week 4 at Darlington. I hate to say this, because now with the new, as long as it's not, as long as it's not network TV, I don't know the terms for all that junk. I know it's broadcast TV, or it's just regular broadcast, like something you pick up on antenna. They can't say certain words on it. But if it's on something that is in your subscription that you pay for, it is basically considered like a pay-per-view type channel. They can really say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is whatever. Does it make it right? No, not at all. So I think Kyle Busch kind of opened up a can of worms at Darlington, saying, you know, it's I don't know. They find NASCAR so wishy-washy because they find Dale Jr. for saying certain words in Talladega at Victory Lane. Not only fined him, but they fined him also 50 points, which kept him from winning the championship probably that year. But now it's just like let's jump up in and see what they'll say, and all of a sudden you hear what's the young boy's name? I can't remember. Dylan Welch. All of a sudden you just hear what Kevin says, and all of a sudden you hear Dylan go, "It's Bristol, baby." I mean, like, he's just all excited and pumped up from it and everything. And
yeah, I don't. If that's where they want to go to get excitement, if that's where they want to go to get viewers, that's the wrong place to do it, in my opinion. You know, NASCAR, much as they may not want it, NASCAR is still a family sport. There's a lot of young kids that look up to these drivers. I mean, we used to do it. Lord knows we did it for years, and there's still a lot of guys that kids that do that, and that ain't a good way to do. I don't like it.
No, my thing is why talk about it? And I've always been like this, and even when I raced, is why talk about it? If you mad enough to fight the man, get up and fight the man.
Yeah.
Now, don't sit there and run your mouth like you want to fight him, but then not go fight him. Now, if you want to talk about it and be an adult and talk about it, go talk it out. Because I will give them this. I will give Kevin and Chase this. Later, a few minutes later, after all that, they went back and they were in front of the haulers. And they got in a conversation. Dude, I'm going to tell you what. There was two people that, well, it wasn't just two, but two main that we saw on TV that annoyed me worse than anything. One being Josh Jones, old Mother Function, which is Kevin Harvick's PR guy. He's over, KHI now. Chase and Kevin are sitting there trying to have a conversation. They're the ones that were on the track. Josh is wanting to sit there and roll his eyes and throw his hands up at whatever Chase is saying and sit there and start saying stuff like he was in the middle of it. And I'm like, dude, go somewhere.
Right.
Let these two guys talk. Quit being a child and trying to insert yourself in something that you were not in.
Right.
And let them talk. 2, after that, it wasn't just him, but they showed it on TV. But he is a prominent media person. Jordan Bianchi stood right there with his cell phone almost right beside him while they're trying to have a conversation. I get it. It's open pits. If you do it in open, I get you are bound to get recorded. All right, but they were kind of up in front of haulers. Kevin went to Jordan, asked him, he said, hey, man, I don't know what he said, but I'm assuming it was, we're trying to have a conversation. Can you not do that? I'm assuming it was along those lines. Jordan puts the phone down. As soon as they walk back over there and try to start talking again, he picks it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin says something to him again. I'm like, dude, yeah, I get you are media. You are paid media, and that is what you're trying to do is get for your website that people pay to see is they want to see that exclusive content that you're able to bring because you were in the middle of all this bull crap. Why do you want to lose respect when you are a media person? And I guess we have to put ourselves in this point. We always say we're race fans, and we are. But to some extent, I guess we have to put ourselves as also being race media because we do talk to drivers and stuff like that. If I'm at a racetrack, I'm kind of a guest there. These guys are working. I'm the guest. I want to talk to them. But, and I guess it's just my way of thinking. I could be completely wrong in this. But I, personally, would rather keep all those guys respect and have them want to come talk to me than pull some bull crap like that and do be mad at you for I don't know how long now. You ain't never going to get a story from him now.
Right. Exactly.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Fortunately, they were cool enough to go into Chase's hauler, and they both went in there by themselves.
Yeah, I commend them for that and going ahead and talking it out.
Right.
That way, maybe it don't bleed over on them through the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a bad time for both of them to start having.
Oh yeah, for sure.
some kind of contest like that, and because it could turn out bad. But I don't know. It was. I guess if I had to pick sides on it, I guess I'd say I'm more on Chase's side with it. I guess. I don't know. It was all racing, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But anyway, what else we got?
I don't know, man. That was an action-packed episode, man.
Action. Oh, cool deal. Well, yep, I guess that's about it. So, guys, as always, we want to thank our people that help us put this on every week. Earl Ramey Racing Engines, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel, Arcade Motorsports Consulting, our buddy Randy Keene over there. Couldn't do all this without him. We appreciate all of those guys. Appreciate Earl, especially today, hooking us up. With Patrick Lyon there, and him calling in, being cool, call and talk with us about winning his TNGs this past week. So congratulations to him again. Also thank our buddy Richard Kirby. Oh, Kirby, coming on here, hanging out with us. I'll hear him back soon. Talking about some more racing. Also, as always, Forward Bite Apparel. You guys, it's coming up that time, y'all. I don't know if y'all know it, but Christmas is coming. So, y'all go get you some Forward Bite Apparel. We're going to have old Coltrane on here back again for too long. Talk about his season. It's kind of winding down now. He's going to be moving up to some big things next year from what I see. So, we'll be talking with him soon. But y'all go get y'all some Forward Bite Apparel. Get it for the race fan in your life. Also, Checkered, the new racing social media, is racing only all the time. Every form of racing you can think of, every aspect of it, we talk about on Checkered. Y'all come hang out with us on Checkered. Check us out. Check Blood Eagle Racing Podcast on there. They're on there. New to Checkered, actually. So Y'all come check us all out on Checkered. But anyway, what else you got over there?
That's about it, man. Good show.
Good show. So I don't know what racing's even coming up this weekend. I know late models at Martinsville, Valley Star 300.
Big show this weekend.
This weekend. I'd love to go to it. Just saw where Josh Berry is going to be running the Xfinity car again for Michael Annett. I'm wondering how this is going to happen. The only thing I can figure is he's going to qualify the car because it's a Friday night race. I'm assuming he's going to qualify the car, probably jump on a plane and take off to Las Vegas. The only thing I can figure. Then jump back on a plane and head back to Martinsville to run on Saturday.
Yeah, it must be.
So, I don't know. So, that'd be cool to watch. Cool to see how all that plays out. Kind of wish he wouldn't doing that just because gets focus off of it a little bit. I'd like to see if he can match his performance from 2 years ago now.
I think he'll do it.
He probably will. I ain't even sure what all the racing's coming up. Pay attention on Facebook.
Yeah, check it out.
Y'all all know what's racing's coming on. Y'all are all race fans. Y'all know what's racing's coming up. Y'all send us y'all's opinion on whatever racing. Let's talk about it. But anyway, guys, well, I reckon we're gonna be out, and we'll talk to y'all next week about the same time. Be sure to tune in to Soak Tires Broadcasting. Check out the finale for the Chicken Bone Alley Summer Shootout. That'll be Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. So y'all check it out. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Later.